Page 8, as September goes. When I learn a new piece of music, I like to look it over and I have a series of steps I go through, so that's what I'm going to do in this video. I see it's 2 pages long. There's no repeat signs or anything, just going straight through. Treble and bass clef, 1 flat in the key signature. We're in the key of F major. Make sure you can do the F major scale. And we have 4/4 time signature. Now I want to take it one hand at a time and make sure I have the fingering and the rhythm and all worked out. So the right hand, we're starting here, puts us here. The B flat's in the key signature. So with 1, 2, 3, 1 and 2 and 3, and they have a here. They want you to do 1, 2, 1, so you can reach that. You don't have to. If your hand's big enough, you just stay there. 1 here and then reach up with a little finger. If you can reach that, you don't need to do a 1, 2, 1. If you got little hands, you may have to do a 1, 2, 1. But I prefer a 1, 2, 3. And then if you can, on the whole note, reach down your second finger. I want to save thumb for the F, the next note. Now you can, if you want to, you can play the whole note with thumb and then put second finger on it while you're holding it down. That way your thumb is ready to go on. I just don't like using thumb for both notes. That's what I'm trying to avoid. And then going on. Now, measure 9. Now remember the little numbers in the boxes at the beginning of each line above the staff, those are measure numbers. So I like to refer to measure numbers. Measure 9, you'll find it, you'll have to look for it, but it's there. It's got triplets. And this gets some people. You got to be able to count duple and triple time back and forth at any time. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1 and 3, 4. 1 and 3, 4. It's like a triplet thrown in there, and that's what this is. Triple at 3, 4. They cross over, and again measure 11. Triplets. And I do a 4 on the E. I want to save the thumb for the G coming up. So it's really, this is the fingering for the chord on all those notes. So again, measure 11, it's, and then come down. Now, again, if you don't mind, you can go over the thumb, or just reach down 3. So I don't have to cross over the thumb. And the fingering style I use, I don't cross over the thumb, but I don't have to. And I don't have to here. Starting measure 18 is the broken chords. 1 and here the left hand plays the half note. See the LH? Okay, the right hand is just doing that. And then later, isn't this fun? Oh boy, here we go. Keep going. Whoops, measure 23. What happened? Well, you need to know that's an F, but then you have an A flat, C flat. And I use 2, 4 on that. You can use 3, 5 if you want. It's just, I typically will use that. There's no right or wrong here. It's, what do you like? And then we're going back up. Okay. Measure 25, G sharp, C. I know it sounds wonderful. That's jazz. And then we come up here. Do it all again. So in measure 31, again, I use 2 and 4 on that rather than, you can use 3 and 5, nothing wrong with it. It's just I like 2 and 4. So I do. And measure 33, 2, 2. Because you're right there, that's the note. And then you come down. Oh, what's going on here? Well, the little grace notes and things, the ornaments, I leave those out when I'm first just trying to work on it. So this is measure 36. And the fingering, I like this fingering. 3, 2, 1. Because we need to be in this hand position, and we're not. We're in this hand position. So using these repeated notes like this, we can change hand positions. I do that a lot. So it's triple. And again, it's the same thing we had before on measure 4. You can play that with thumb, and while you're holding down, put second finger on it, or just reach down and use second finger for measure 37, because I want the thumb reserved for measure 38. And that is G-A-C at the end. There's some fingering things to work out here. In the left hand, we got the chords. I do it 5-2 on the bottom. You can do a 5-1 if you want. I just typically like to stay out here. And then moving around some. You have to work out these chords. If you're not sure what a chord is, spell it out. What I mean is, by spelling out the chord, well, let's go down to measure 16. Spell out the chord. It's a one note at a time from the bottom. So it's a D flat. It's measure 16, remember. D flat, A flat, C flat. That's the chord. The wavy line, I'll come back to that later. And then the next one is a here. I want this fingering for it. It's okay, you don't have to. I can go here just as easily. I mean, I'm here. I don't see any reason why I got to have the hand up here, because in the next measure I got to come down here. So in my opinion, for measure 17, I just go here and then I'm down. Different fingering. You pick a fingering you like and stick with it. If it's different than the book, pencil it in. Put the hands together once you kind of got them worked out. And again, when I first put the hands together, I'm going to hesitate all over. I don't care. I just want to know when they're working together. And I try and connect everything for now. I'll do all the articulation, all the grace notes and that stuff later. So here at the beginning, we're here. 2, 3. And you're wondering, what kind of sound is that? Well, that's jazz. No. 1, 2, 3. And then here. And then here. And then come up. You go through and put the hands together. Measure 18, starting with the broken chords. The left hand has to play the half note. And the left hand has to play the next note down here. There's no rest or anything. You just lift up and move. You can practice these if you have to, but the left hand is busy, huh? Just do the best you can. Like all the way through for a few measures, huh? Now once I have the hands working together, I go back through it a few hundred times and I get rid of the hesitations. I'm still connecting everything, but no hesitations. And once I can do that, then I think about the articulation and the ornaments and the arpeggios and that stuff. So here, use lift up, lift up. You're putting in phrasing here. The left hand, you just try and connect it as best you can. Measure 16 on this broken chord. You roll it. It's not done rhythmically. It's just rolled. And people don't agree on how it's to be played. I don't know how this composer wants it played. You play it however you want. Typically, when they're close together like this, I will treat all the notes, including the one in the upper staff, as one chord, and I'll arpeggiate all of it here. Different people will interpret that differently. Some people will say, no, you don't do it that way. You do it this way. Go away. There's all kinds of ways of doing it. Some people will say, play the melody on the beat. So all of this anticipates the melodies. So starting measure 15, I'm here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2. So I got to do that a little early. I don't. I play the bottom note on the beat. That delays the melody note just a little bit. It's like an agogic accent. It just helps to bring it out. So measure 15 is here. It just delays and it stretches the rhythm just a hair. Because I still give that 2 counts, but it just doesn't come on beat 1, it comes slightly after beat 1. 1, 2. So it gets a little bit of extra. Well, that makes sense to me because doing the arpeggio, you're giving it extra. You're giving it more stress when you do that. Otherwise, it could just be a regular chord. The composer didn't want that. Now, over on measure 36 with a grace note, just a real quick little note. It's not done rhythmically. It's just a real quick little note. And this is why the last D in the measure has to have the natural sign, because you just had a D sharp in the grace note. If we didn't have a natural sign on the last D, it would be a D sharp also. And again, people don't agree on how these are played. I don't care how you play it, as long as it's a quick note. Most people, I guess, would play the main note on the beat and the grace note slightly in front of it. I like to play the grace note on the beat. Again, it just delays the melody note a little bit. That's all. It's interpretation. You do it the way your teacher tells you to do it, however that is. Once you have the idea of the articulation, then we go back and think about the dynamics. That goes to the melody, MP, mezzo, piano, sort of soft. These chords need to be soft or very soft in the background. Don't play them the same. That just ruins it. No, keep the chords in the background. Just very gentle, sort of in the soft side. When you get to know it and you start feeling it, you get a little louder and softer. You're just in that area. And when you get to measure 15, you get the hairpin to get louder. So you hear, that's moderately soft, and then moderately loud, loud. Here. So it's all done. Now you're loud at measure 16. The left hand's still in the background. So measure 15, we're here. A little louder. And come down. Yeah, you come back down, moderately soft, and this is both hands now. There's no real melody here, that's the chord progression we're listening to. You're just listening to the chord progression. That's all. Now measure 33, we're going to go up a little bit to here. Go up to about a moderately loud here. And then a measure 33, you're loud. I know that sounds wonderful. It's the way it works. Just go with it. And there's a retardando to slow down a little bit. Plus fermata, so you can listen to that noise even longer. Isn't that wonderful? If I do this with a metronome, I'll double the value of the A and make it 4 counts instead of 2. If you're just doing it, you just what feels right. And then when you're ready, go. The a tempo means go back and do the speed you were going before you slowed down. Here. Moderately soft. Measure 38, moderately loud in the right hand. Go up to loud. And then all of a sudden you're moderately soft. This is really soft. You have an ABA under that last note. And in the last 2 measures in the left hand, when I'm doing this, I want to hear that. Don't drown it out. And that's moderately soft. So this is really soft, very soft. Let's just stroke it real gentle. Don't use the soft pedal, that's cheating. You learn to do this with the hands. As far as the speed goes, gently flowing is, well, flow gently, I guess. You don't want to flow too slowly, because then your dotted half notes last forever, and the half notes last forever. But you don't want it to flow too quick, because then the eighth notes are too fast. So you have to find a speed that works for both, and that's going to be your flow gently thing. Now they've added pedal throughout here, and that's fine. Gives us the overtones. It lets us connect things we can't connect. We'd like to connect this. can't connect it unless I use the pedal. So it's overlapping pedal all throughout. I push the note down first and then the pedal, and I change the pedal with the harmony, and I'm doing it after I play the note. So the pedal lags behind the hands just a speck. So at the beginning, I push the notes down first, then the pedal, and I change it after I play the notes. And it's that way throughout, that whole pedaling thing. Now we could adjust the pedal if you'd like occasionally. If you want to hear the phrasing, you lift the pedal up with the phrasing, but I'll leave that up to you. There's just different ways of interpreting the music. You got to experiment, try different things and see what the sound is. That's why when I learn a piece of music, I always learn it without pedal first, so I know what's going on with the hands and fingers. And then I add pedal, I can hear exactly the sound, the effect the pedal is having. Let's play this together very slowly, just to double check the notes and rhythms. I'm not going to do any dynamics. I'm not going to do the pedaling because you can hear the notes better without the pedal. And that's all this is for, just to check, do you have the right notes? And it's hard to tell on these chords, are you really playing the same notes as I can? But I'm hoping you can still hear it if you can or not. I don't really know if you need to play with me on these things or not, but I've been doing it, so I'll keep doing it throughout this book. I'll give us 4 counts. 1, 2, ready, go. 1, 2, 3. 2. 4 and 4 and 4 and 4 and 4 and 4 and and 4, hold, go on. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, and 3.